Hi guys, it's Missy. Welcome to my channel and NaNoWriMo Day 9. Um, Yesterday was election day and Donald Trump won. I don't know that I was expecting anything different. And I can't necessarily say that I'm devastated, but I don't think I would have been happy either way. Today I'm mostly just really sad that this is the state that our country's come to, I think. And the part that I think bothers me most is that we were forced to choose between two people that I don't believe were anywhere near the best that our country could offer, and the fact that we were forced to choose and that we got what we chose makes me really sad. I think that either way, people were going to be outraged, and I think that either way, people were going to be upset. Either way, people were going to be oppressed in some way. And I think that honestly, there was no good outcome. And I can't say that what happened was necessarily what was best. I don't really know that anyone can say that. But what's done is done, and we're just kind of going to have to live with it now and try to live with each other as best as we can, regardless of whether or not we agree with who other people voted for. I know that I was planning to vote third party because I was not happy at all with the choices that we had, and as I was filling out my ballot, which I don't know what voting ballots look like in other states, but in Washington state it's huge, and you vote for a lot of different things, and I filled out all the boxes on both sides before I filled out the presidential one because I couldn't choose between third party or voting for the candidate that I would pick if I was forced to choose, and I ended up deciding to pick the mainstream candidate rather than voting third party because I didn't want to contribute to splitting the vote. And I don't know that I would say that I regret voting the way that I did, but I'm not happy with my vote, and I don't feel good about it. I don't agree with the things that the candidate that I voted for stands for. I don't agree with the way that they handle situations, and I don't agree with the way that they treat people. And I don't know, I've just felt really just, I don't know, in shock, I guess. I don't really know what to feel. I don't really know how to react to things. I've just kind of felt really anxious and really depressed all day. My house is a mess, as you can see behind me. I haven't done dishes in like a week. And I was gonna do it today, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I couldn't sleep last night. I couldn't get comfortable, and then I probably dozed in and out for 4 or 5 hours. I couldn't stop thinking about a lot of the things that I saw on Twitter and the way that people were reacting to the turnout and what happened. And look at my cat. He's never done that before. Whatever. Weird. I don't know. I had a very hard time sleeping last night. I felt really disturbed. I felt anxious. I felt guilty. And just incredibly sad. I'm really debating whether or not I should pause this and go grab my cat. He's walking around on top of the dog pens. Hang on a second. Okay. I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about it. I've never voted before. I've never had to vote before. I don't know. I'm just really not. I never imagined that my first time voting for anything in my life would be in an election like this one, where there were no good options, and where I would vote and be conflicted about my vote and then feel guilty about my vote and not feel good about it even as I colored in the box. I don't know. I told myself yesterday that I was gonna write, and I set up my laptop, I opened Scrivener, and just stared at sorry, my cat's being stupid again. He's really making a mess. Hang on. Okay, I put him in his room. Hopefully he won't distract me too much. What was I saying? So I told myself that I was gonna write, and I sat down and opened my laptop and set up Scrivener and was sitting there waiting to write. And it was probably 6:30 my time. And I just kind of sat there and stared at the blank page, and I couldn't do it. I ended up spending most of my night on Twitter and on Facebook watching the live election feed as the numbers were updated, and eating my weight in candy. I think in the whole night I wrote like 370 words. I kept going back to Scrivener and trying to pump out something, and I just couldn't do it. I woke up this morning without much sleep, again with the bags, and I felt nauseous and kind of panicky. I didn't really know what to do with myself. And I got back on Twitter and saw how distraught everyone was and felt terrible. And I know a lot of my friends were happy that Trump won, but I just couldn't. Until he starts doing good things for our country, if he ever does, I don't think that I'll be able to make myself feel good about it and feel good about the way that I voted. I'd say that mostly I feel ashamed, and scared, and really sad for how the turnout made a lot of the people in my community feel, even just in the writing community and this community that I've chosen to be a part of. I saw how distraught all of these people were and how afraid they are, and I just don't even have words to express how horrible I feel about it. And I don't really know how to go on with my life right now. It's not like when I was a kid and I always had the person that I wanted to win, which was always whoever my family wanted to win. But I never really cared because in the end it wasn't my choice. But this time I had a say and I picked, and I contributed to something that made a lot of people really scared. And I think that if Hillary had won, a lot of other people would have been really scared. And I just don't think that there was a good way for this to turn out, but I can't bring myself to feel good about something that makes so many other people feel bad. And I think that's the hardest thing for me, is trying to figure out how to deal with my part in this and taking responsibility for my part and figuring out how I'm going to deal with it. And I just, at least today, until I can find my way around or through what I chose to say in this election, I don't know that I can keep writing, because this isn't the sort of thing that you can just sweep under the rug and pretend it doesn't exist. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have better things to say, but for now, all I have to say is Trump won. and I was a part of it, and I don't know how I feel about that. I'll see you guys tomorrow.